Hello, it's your free Professor Akira, and I'm back again. So I took a little bit of a break. I was enjoying some quality time with my boyfriend and kind of doing a whole bunch of things and readjusting, you know, back into the reality of the normal world after Anthrocon. And yeah, that's what we're here to talk about. A bunch of stuff, actually, about Anthrocon, and some topics that kind of have come up in my head that I really need to talk about. And yeah, so let's get started. To start, Anthrocon was incredible this year. I thought so anyway. Pre-reg was super fast, faster than I've seen the 2 times I've gone. Lines weren't too bad. The parade went pretty smooth. I know there was some drama with it and a particular individual that was in it, but I'm not going to talk about that. I thought it went well. I thought it went really well this year. And the con overall, I thought went really well. But there were still topics that arose that I, as a free professor, want to talk about. So, we're going to talk about them. Alright, so I actually have my iPad here because I want to talk about things. And also, you're probably noticing that the format looks a little different. Well, there's a reason for that. So, a year ago, like almost exactly a year ago, I had made a video about talking about potentially doing YouTube at some point. And kind of making these videos a little bit longer so that I don't feel rushed when talking about topics. Or anything for that matter. And I don't know really the exact reason why I didn't start them, but I'm kind of realizing now that it was probably more so because, like, I didn't know how to really do it besides just doing it. I know there's a lot of editing and stuff, but I've had, you know, some time to really think if this is what I want to do, and I do want to do it. I've always kind of wanted to do YouTube at some point, in some way, some fashion, and I think this is perfect, because I'm a cute fuzzy character talking about cute fuzzy character things, and among other things. So, that's what I'm here for. The videos are going to look a little different, maybe a little more professional. So, yeah, great. And the best way that I thought to start off these kinds of videos is to start talking about some things I've noticed at Anthrocon. We've had some time to digest Anthrocon, so now we can talk about it. So, like I said, I have my iPad here, and I have a pretty decent sort of like array of topics. And I have to take my paw off now because I can't scroll on my iPad. Hang on one second. All right, so I have a pretty extensive list of topics that arose that I talked with my friends that also went to the con with me. And we kind of brainstormed some stuff because I honestly love to hear other people's opinions. That's why I always ask, if you guys have things that you want me to talk about, put them in the comments because I will absolutely talk about them. Because I feel like every sort of thing that gets brought up has the potential to be talked about in some way or explained or whatever. Especially if you have questions. Because I love answering questions, especially about like furry stuff and like conventions, because for those who like haven't been to a convention, like they want to know like what to expect. And I'm hoping like a video like this kind of brings to light some things that either can be worked on or just kind of like kick away from the cons, because I got some stuff here that is very important. And we're getting into it right now. So the first thing I have here, which was such an issue, was giving fursuiters room. And what I mean by that is when we're walking, like fursuiters, like even if I'm partially full suiting, because I do have a full suit outside of this one, and have some other partial suits. I don't know what it was, but every time I was either walking from my hotel to the con space, there was always somebody that was like here, like breathing down my neck, to the point where like in fursuit, I should not be able to know there's somebody like right here because you're grazing me. No need for that. You need to give fursuiters a bubble. You have to. We cannot see. I have talked many times in many different videos about how I cannot see back here. I can only see my hands because I'm looking at a screen. but I can't see this. I can only see to about here in my peripheral vision. You should not be up a fursuiter's ass. You just shouldn't be. You gotta give them space to walk. It's unsafe for them and for you. Because if they quickly turn around, they're gonna hurt you, and then you're gonna hurt them if they stumble and fall. Especially on the escalators. Anthrocon has tons of escalators, and they're very great to use when you're a fursuiter because you don't have to use the steps. But if you're not a fursuiter, give that fursuiter in front of you like 3 or 4 empty steps. You're not going to miss anything waiting a couple seconds for that fursuiter to get further up the elevator, like the escalator, well, and the elevators too, which I do kind of want to talk about that. If there is a fursuiter waiting in line to get on one of the elevators, either in the Westin or for like the con space in general, do not cut in front of them. Do not cut in front of them. I don't know why people do that. Like, I cannot easily go up and down the steps as a fursuiter. In this particular suit, yes, but I have a full suit with massive feet that I can't go up and down the steps without potentially falling and hurting myself. There should be no reason you are pushing me aside to quickly get in the elevator because you think I can't get there quick enough, or I'm not moving at a rate that's good enough for you. I don't know what the reason is. Do not cut off fursuiters going into elevators. This isn't just AC, this is any convention. If they were in line, do not cut them off. Just wait your turn or use the stairs. Easy is, I don't know. I would think that would be something common sense, but I guess not. Something else with like being right up behind is also cutting them off. The amount of times I was walking around the con space where people just directly or within inches of you and cut you off as a fursuiter is beyond me. You need to be aware that fursuiters are very much like unable to see. There are very serious issues that can happen when you are like walking and then you're just like right here. That happens so many times in this suit, in my other suits, like it was crazy. That's kind of that topic. I do want to talk about these topics kind of separately, and there are certain topics that I want to discuss in their own videos, and that's what I'm going to do here. So with that, this is the first topic about Anthrocon that I noticed. There are others, and I'm going to talk about them all separately because they need to be. Okay? This has been your furry professor. If you ever have any questions about anything at all, please feel free to leave them in the comments because I'm always happy to answer. All right? All right. I will see you very soon.